Good evening. It's Facebook Love, number 114, I think. I feel a little off. I watched some and listened to all of the beautiful memorial service for John Lewis today. That was really wonderful. Beautiful tributes to him and his work and his character and his indomitable spirit. I can't say that word. Indomitable. You know what I mean. It just won't come out. But I seem to be having a backlash because I'm weary, because we have to keep stepping and we have to keep marching, and I'm tired. Sorry. Computer making noise. I wrote a poem at the very beginning of July, and here we are at the end of July. And at the beginning of July, it looked like maybe sports could come back. It looked like the numbers of cases of COVID-19 were going down. And in 4.5 weeks, players are getting sick, coaches are getting sick, people all over the country, children are getting sick, and I'm weary. And the poem that I wrote at the beginning of July was a sarcastically titled piece about the old Roman idea of bread and circuses being used to manipulate the common people. And that we are living in a time when the federal government, and especially the leader of it, who is supposed to care for and motivate us and help us to feel that we can steer this ship together as a nation, instead keeps throwing firecrackers at our feet. A lot of it really is only firecrackers, but it just comes so fast and so often. So I'm going to read that piece because I think that in the almost 5 weeks that have gone by, an awful lot has happened. And then I found a poem by Hafiz, the Sufi master, that helped me write my own ship. R-I-G-H-T, right, not W-R-I-T-E. So first I'm going to read my sarcastically titled Reveille for Bread and Circuses. Shelter in place, from winter chill to spring's budding to summer swelter, nothing is different today but the distractions. No balls, no players, the many sticks and jerseys, brain-saving helmets, thigh-gripping jodhpurs, high hoops, home runs and fancy shoes, waist-deep popcorn, those greasy dogs, and buckets of beer, sticky-fingered stupor roused only to shout or boo. Zooming work meetings while barely covering the essential ones, we see that they are expendable, unmasking what we allowed. Tendrils loosen between us as seasons roll past, and we watch each other, miss each other, long for contact. First the others, the old, the dark, the sick, fell, overrun by the new crown, scarcely worth a mention, but now the virus plucks our young from the herd, their shimmer intubated to our hand-wringing. It was just a party, you know? Worldwide, the masked chant Black Lives Matter, because everyone knows they never have, they don't yet. Their joyful music blaring, their wild inspired dancing, while flashbang, pepper spray, camera smasher, uniforms rampage over old men and pregnant girls bloodied on the pavement, etching ever deeper the old slave catcher's snare. Gun-wielding posers milling, give back our bread and circuses, keep us fat, dose our days with must-see, gotta play, better get there before it's gone. Coliseum of wiggling, ravenous want, abyss of whatever could be better than this. Tiny crowds, weak camouflage for the grasping con man, crying wolf, the oldest story every child knows. The emperor's grubby hands smear his threadbare robes, makeup on his collar with a crumpled hat dangling like a dropped wife. It's not working anymore. Aesop's tiger turns to butter. Grimm's stepmonster is dancing to her death in the cellar. And Sleeping Beauty woke herself. The virus shakes loose what ails our union. The reckoning, November 3rd, will be a somber, holy celebration. Reveille for bread and circuses. So, feeling as I did the first few weeks of the pandemic all over again, like we are underwater running. I found a poem by Hafiz that helps me. Maybe it will help you. Also, remember someone like John Lewis worked and worked and worked for more than 50 years for justice, for civil rights, gay rights, women's rights, on and on. Persevere. This poem is by Hafiz, a Sufi master. Some fill with each good rain. There are different wells within your heart. Some fill with each good rain. Others are far too deep for that. In one well, you have just a few precious cups of water. That love is literally something of yourself. It can grow as slow as a diamond if it is lost. Your love should never be offered to the mouth of a stranger, only to someone who has the valor and daring to cut pieces of their soul off with a knife, then weave them into a blanket to protect you. There are different wells within us. Some fill with each good rain. Others are far, far too deep for that. Some fill with each good rain by Hafiz. This is Facebook Love again, and I'll see you again. Persevere.